You wake up in your apartment in the year 2032. Now entering your apartment.
Good morning, Morgan. Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
Hey, Morgan. Wake up. You're burning daylight. Sent a helicopter to pick you up. It's just a few tests. Don't forget to wear your suit. See you soon. Oh, listen. Really great you decided to come on board. We're gonna shake things up, Morgan. Like old times.
Got a shoe. And quite some armor. Warning, Neuromod should only be administered by certified TranStar technicians under controlled conditions. Subject may experience slight discomfort, swelling or redness of the eye shortly afterwards. Remove Neuromod from vacuum-sealed container. Press rubberized eye cup firmly against bony orbit of eye socket. Keep eye open. Depress orange release trigger and continue to hold Neuromod against eye for 5 minutes. Dispose of used Neuromod in provided biohazard bag. Why in a biohazard bag? Congrats and welcome. Hey Morgan, so glad to hear you'll be coming aboard soon. Your first official workday is Monday, March 15th, but first we have a series of training exercises we run with all new employees. Just some stuff to clear you for life in orbit. Exciting times ahead. Have a good flight and I will see you soon. Hey, I sent a package with everything you'll need for your first day, uniform, transcribe, and the Neuromod. Install the Neuromod right away as we'll be running some tests first thing in the morning. Just follow the instructions and be in touch. Ready? Hey, I just got off the phone with Mom and Dad. They won't be there when the shuttle departs. They're in New York, company stuff, but they sent their best. I think Mom's a little disturbed that both her children are going to be outside her gravitational pull at the same time. She said you'd better behave and do everything your big brother says. Okay, actually, she said the opposite. I'm supposed to behave and do what you tell me. So there you go, that's Mom. Anyway, everyone's excited about your ideas up there, so get ready. I'll prop call you in the morning to make sure you're up. See you very, very soon, Morgan. Alex. So he's supposed to do what I tell him to do. What's this? Hands-on electronics. By working through a series of practical experiments, this simple manual will introduce you to the fundamentals of modern analog and digital electronics. By the end, you will be able to construct any simple circuit. As Thomas Edison once said, to invent, you need a good imagination and a pile of junk. The math.sci. What if I told you I could turn you into a mathematician on the level of Einstein in under 10 minutes? I'd say you're full of it. That's the first thought that crosses my mind, but it withers in the face of Alex's conviction. Despite myself, I'm riveted. He's not bullshitting me. Himself, maybe. Me? No. Alex leans back in his chair. Welcome to the age of the Neuromod. Oh, I found. Okay. Cleaning products. And a cup. That's Shelby's. Transglutaminase? What the hell? A naturally occurring enzyme found in plants, animals, and bacteria. TG is often used to bond protein-containing foods together and in the production of foods such as imitation crab meat and fish balls. Known by chefs as meat glue. Tip: gluing chicken skin to salmon will actually protect the outside of the salmon from overcooking. Cooking with a well-seasoned wok can be sublime, almost a ritual experience. Piping surface, memories of all the meats, echoes of the rich flavor, and a lot of typing. Cassie, I'm gonna turn you down a little bit,
Okay.
because you're typing very loudly and a lot.
Alright.
So you're gonna have to speak a little louder now. Wow! Another cup I can shatter. Consider that there are billions of stars in the galaxy like our sun, many of them far older. Some of these stars will have Earth-like planets. Some of these planets may have developed intelligent life. Some intelligent life may develop interstellar travel. If a civilization began before ours, it seems possible, even probable, that even at the speed of currently envisioned interstellar travel, they could already have the entire galaxy colonized. The problem is, we haven't detected any such civilizations, nor have any contacted us. Why? Oh, there's a lot of books to read. Oh. Nothing in here. In the toilet? Oh, can fish the toilet. Ooh. That's nice. A working shower. Principles of neuroscience. The brain was considered too warm, wet and noisy for seemingly delicate quantum processes. However, the discovery of a quantum coherence in biological processes such as plant photosynthesis, avian navigation and our own sense of smell paved the path for the eventual discovery of quantum vibrations inside the microtubules of neurons. What's the other one? There's a metaphor here, you know. Typically, the objective of control theory is to monitor the output of a system and compare it with the desired output, the reference signal. The difference between the actual and the desired outputs, the error signal, is applied as feedback to the input of the system to bring the actual output closer to the reference. Good control systems and good engineers learn from the past. The nature of consciousness remains deeply mysterious. How can the subjective nature of experience, my inner life, be explained in scientific terms? Does consciousness emerge from complex computations among brain neurons, or is it a fundamental and irreducible property woven into the fabric of the universe? Introduction to Survey of Parapsychological Meta-Analysis. For example, conducting a meta-analysis of over 2,000 Ganzfeld trials, wherein participants are subjected to mild sensory deprivation in order to test for telepathy, reveals a hit rate of 39%. These results are statistically significant, meaning that the success rate is above what could be explained by chance alone. There is no denying it, something spooky is going on.
I might drop out actually.
Who?
Oh, I have an early thing tomorrow where the electrician is coming around in the morning and staying all day, so I probably need to be up. I'm going to finish off this episode of Rick and Morty and then head to bed.
Okay.
Catch you guys later.
Good night.
Later.
Slap, slap.
Slap, slap.
Don't stay up too late.
I'll try not to, but you know what time I usually go to bed.
Too late.
Too late.
Morning, Miss You.
Good morning,
too early.
Patricia. Wait. So we are on floor 45 and there are only 2 buttons. My floor and roof. That's weird. Nothing. Door.
Ms. Yu, please make yourself comfortable and we'll be on our way. TranStar facility is just a short hop. 78 degrees. Clear skies all the way. That's a nice view on the bay there.
Needs to be as fresh. Just seems like we did the same.
Here we are, Ms. Yu. Mind the glass on the way out. Good luck to you.
Hello, Dr. Yu. I'm a Sybil 495 science class operator. It won't be long before you're on a shuttle bound for Talos 1. Everyone's eager to see what you're capable of, Dr. Yu. I know I am. Our research often requires intense focus and long hours. I can provide you with a psychoactive stimulant after the test, if necessary. TranStar has over a dozen state-of-the-art facilities across the globe. More, if you count the entire Earth-Moon system. My instruments are calibrated for high-volume data analysis and live readings. Don't worry, nothing will be missed. The elevator will take you directly to the testing area.
Is that a hint?
All our labs meet the minimum. Strange. That's never happened before. I'll have to file a maintenance request. Please excuse me, Dr. Yu. I'm sure your brother is waiting for you.
Oh, I can't talk to her anymore.
You probably didn't see me there.
The last frontier is the human mind, and we are its pioneers. William Yu.
You probably didn't see me there.
I clearly did. Elevator.
Welcome, Morgan Yu. You have a 9 a.m. appointment in the testing facility. Please confirm.
High tech. Confirm. It's fast for an elevator. Shouldn't I be like, oh,
Morgan! Finally.
hi. Hi.
Hey. You don't look terrible in a TranStar uniform. How's your eye? Still red? I know the test might seem a little unconventional, but it's a Yu family tradition. Breaking convention is in our blood.
Hello.
Once you start the test, just do whatever comes natural. Don't overthink it. Dr. Bellamy's going to walk you through the process. You're in good hands. We'll be in orbit next week. I promise.
Mr. Yu, they're ready for your sister in room A.
Right. Listen, just be yourself. I'll see you after.
Okay.
I wish I could show you what I've been working on.
Dr. Yu,
You better get in there before Bellamy gets impatient.
Can I take it? I can't. Can I? No, I can't. So, okay. What's this? What is the same thing? Oh, this is... Hi.
Good morning, Morgan. I'm Dr. Bellamy. Looks like we have some tests to run through today. Probably not the kind of thing you're used to, I imagine, but Trust me, you're going to do fantastic. All good? Great. Let's begin. For this first test, I'd like you to remove the boxes from the red circle as quickly as you can. Just go with your gut. Okay? Wonderful. Press the red button when you're ready. Wonderful. You're absolutely fine. Let's move on to room B then. Okay, Morgan, listen carefully. I'd like you to do your best to hide in this room. Take your time, relax, think it over. No, I'm kidding. You only have 9 seconds. Hit the red button when you're ready to start. Morgan, we can see you there.
I know.
Any synaptic register at all? No? No, that's fine.
That's sight.
Sorry, let's keep things moving, Morgan. Head into room C. You're doing marvelous.
I am sure I am. Let me... Thank you.
All right. Here we go. For this test, please press the blue button across the room as quickly as you can in the most natural, intuitive way possible, without thinking. Just go for it. Press the red button when you're ready. I'm sorry, can someone please explain to me what's happening? Simmons?
I installed exactly what Tina brought down.
Did you double check?
Speaker's still on.
I apologize, Morgan. We're having some trouble with the equipment. Not your fault. You're doing fabulous, actually. One last room. Let's step into D.
What's this? Weapons? Hello.
Can someone get me a cup of coffee? I would appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, Morgan. Have a seat at the table for me, please. Wonderful job. Take a look at the screen in front of you. I'm going to show you a series of questions. Pick the answer that makes the most sense to you. Press start on the screen when you're ready.
Let's go. You're planning a vacation. Go somewhere familiar you know you love, or try something new.
Ah. Good. Looks like you've got the hang of it. Keep going.
You've been sentenced to death for your actions. How does that make you feel?
Ooh, that's heavy stuff.
A runaway train is bearing down on 5 people who are tied to the track. You can cause the train to switch tracks, but there is 1 person tied to the second track. So, yeah, of course, numbers.
Good.
5
Next.
over 1. A runaway train is bearing down on 5 people. You're standing on the platform next to an enormous fat man. Pushing him to the into the track would stop the train. Push the fat man.
Almost done.
Doesn't mean that the train will ride over him. Doesn't say anything about him dying when you push him. A runaway train is bearing down on 5 people tied to the tracks. You could stop the train by jumping onto the track, but you would die. I'm gonna push the fat man again.
You know what? I'd probably do the same thing.
Reaction.
Well
You know
done.
what?
Well
I'll do the
done.
same.
We're nearly through it. For this next part, I'm going to display an image. I want you to take a good look at it.
Oh.
In a moment, I'm going to ask you what... my coffee? It's empty.
Oh my god!
They gassed me.
Alex.
Simmons, what's going on?
We have a problem.
What about Morgan?
She's alive, sedated.
Clean it up. I'm on my way.
Good morning, Morgan.
What?
Today is Monday, March 15th, 2032.
Was it all a dream? This music. Nothing? No calls? Nothing? The door is closed, okay. Six meals. Leave now, leave now, leave now, leave now. It's the same thing again. Anything over here? No. Controller. TV screen is on. Nothing in the cabinet. There's a note here. Congrats, Morgan. I think I forgot that last time.
Hello, Morgan. It's time we spoke. My code name is January. You're not dreaming. What happened yesterday was real. If you want to know what's going on, first, you need to get out of your apartment building. You're not safe.
Wait a second.
Good. You're in the simulation lab. Now get to the exit. I'll keep in contact.
Daily tests. If you've been on branches of our main product line, you know that sometimes we need to put an extra effort to hit our milestones, and any external risks are fully taken into account when these decisions are made. The move to extend definitely was a direct request from both Alex and Morgan. At this point, Morgan's exhaustion is inhibiting our ability to get any useful results. That is to say, if the long-term damage we're likely inflicting from the constant neuromod installation and removal. Tell me again why we've extended the testing indefinitely. I know this morning's incident has left people shaken. To prevent unnecessary panic, please refrain from contacting people outside of your department. A station-wide announcement will be made shortly. In the meantime, Ms. Elazar and her security team are on high alert and will field any requests you have. I know some of you are worried about Dr. Bellamy. He's currently being treated in a trauma center and is in a critical but stable condition. Thank you for your patience and dedication to this project. Marking this entire SKU was defective. Password protection. Do not share your password with anyone. Passwords are sensitive. Inserted, not be inserted in emails. Don't write them down. Wish you did. Bad install. Test results today were all negative. Did you install the correct neuromods? Touch base with that went wrong. Should be your absolutely highest priority. And then again the note from this morning. Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
The safe code is not readable. It's not readable. Sad days. Huh? Info about the range. Sorry.
It's fine.
Holy shit. Poor fishies. They were never real. Wait, what? Oh my god. I'm gonna take one of these with me. Again, a note about this morning.
Griffin cacoplasmis. Everyone calls them mimics. Be careful what you pick up.
Alex has requested all orders to go through him and Morgan. After Morgan's outburst at the debrief pending a psych evaluation, Alex indicated he doesn't want any more surprises from Morgan, nor do we grant it. Morgan had forgotten everything from the last test as expected, but the aggressive response to the same test was clearly a departure. My recommendation is we need to start charting personality drift before future tests, in the briefings and within the test itself.
Alex. Simmons, what's going on?
We have a problem.
What about Morgan?
She's alive, sedated.
Clean it up. I'm on my way.
Taking Mr. Cup with me.
No one has been able to stop the mimics from multiplying since they broke containment. I'm going to help you stay alive. Just a little further.
Hey, I think Bellamy's taken data related to mimicry and remote manipulation out of the search department. Get to the trauma center, grab the key card to his cabin off his body. I'm sorry to be morbid, but Alex will lose his shit if someone else finds that data. experiment with different approaches to overcome challenges and enemies. You can get past the locked door by searching for the keycard, finding an alternative path. More abilities make more options available. Wait, force chairs. This one is real. This one is real. This one is real. At this point, Morgan's exhaustion is inhibiting our ability. That was again the same. Oh. Our private workstations. Locked stations require a password. Search the environment for clues, or use the hacking ability to bypass the login. Workstations may contain email files to download or special utilities. So what's this? Have my people been coming to you? Sil. Yes, I've noticed the same thing. You know, I can't divulge names, but there's definitely been a spike in staff from your department reporting instances of acute anxiety. It's actually much worse with the psychotronic staff. I'm talking to Galstrip about mitigating some of the stress there, but I'm concerned there are not isolated incidents. Going to mention it to Alex at the next director's meeting. Let's go back. Nothing else. Test 4324, reorder test, Lucian observation, flammability tests cancelled. And now he wants to greet me before the test. Send you the white paper Alex and Morgan wrote. Here's a nutshell version. Gaining a new skill from a neuromod works similar to the way your brain creates new memories. In fact, it's impossible for now to separate the changes the mod makes from normal memory formation. So if I want to strip the neuromod that makes you play piano like Gustav Leitner, I'll reset your brain back to the moment before you first installed it. They wanted Morgan's mind pristine to receive the prototype neuromods. That means going way the hell back. Hence the apartment simulation. Yous are dedicated to their science is all I can say. Hit me up for lunch later. Simmons. I see repair icon there.
That was a phantom. Typhon Anthrophantasmus. Keep moving.
The noetic field. Noetic research, like all bold new ideas, has undergone a predictable pattern in the scientific community. First, skeptics ridicule the idea since it violates conventional wisdom and the laws of science. Second, skeptics grudgingly concede the idea might be possible in some circumstances, but the evidence is weak. Third, the idea catches the attention of mainstream researchers and, more importantly, the public. Finally, the same skeptics who once laughed at the idea now claim that they thought of it first. And there's something to repair here. The Transtar glue cannon. Jellifoam lattice organism obstructor. Disables and/or immobilizes targets without harming them. Glue can extinguish flames and temporarily boost electronic arcs. When hardened, glue can also be used as a climbable platform.
Morgan, there. In the foyer. Grab the neuromod you see in the display case. Normally it's a fake, but I swapped in a real one for you. The neuromods are critical. You won't survive without using them to install new aptitudes. I've already updated your transcribe with the list you requested. Take a look.
Favorites wheel. The favorites wheel allows you to quickly select and use weapons and eventually psi powers. The neuromod is a revolutionary Transtar invention that allows you to learn new skills and abilities. Press N to open your transcribe and navigate to the Euromod section. Scientist, engineer, or security. I think I'm gonna go with engineer. Oh god, no.
I knew you would pick that. Now, let's get you to the main lobby.
I don't know what the hell that one was thinking, but... Would be weird drinking out of the toilet. patented skill recorder safely scans and records all the activity in your brain as you perform your special talent. This data is then used to create neuromods, which can be applied to virtually any person alive today. Your contribution lives on forever in the minds of others. So if I smash it, nothing. A mysterious contact named January is guiding you to the main lobby of this facility. This art is so cool.
You made it. Ready for your first real view of the world?
Good morning, Talos. Breakfast is served in the cafeteria until 9 a.m.
This isn't Earth.
Careful. You need to get to your office. I've updated your map. There's a video you need to see. I know you have a lot of questions.
I need a gun. I might be going a little slow through this, but I don't want to die.
It's fine. Take your time.
This is a horror game. I'm bad at horror games. Am I clear, by the way, the stream?
Yep, clear enough.
Okay. Because it seems like yesterday when I was streaming our clear of Omega, that was hard to understand. Something shiny here. Babe, lemon peel. That person. This music isn't helping. There's a phantom here.
Immediately, and a race
Got an extra neuromod.
2030. Talos 1 becomes fully operational.
No. Let's start from the beginning. Don't start telling me everything. Okay, first things first, what's this? Survivors count of the evacuation day 1. Day 1, I had dropped off my dog at the groomer. Her name was Eliza. It means joy. I said goodbye and walked a few blocks to get some cafe bots near the park. Some jets flew over very low and the sound was so loud it made me jump. I don't know where they were from, but they were bristling with bombs and rockets. Everyone was looking up and the sound of the jets was echoing off the buildings, but we could not see them anymore. The sky was clear and I could see pink smoke rising from the direction of the stadium. Then the sirens started. I had not heard them since my childhood. Some people stood confused, but my instinct told me to run away from the stadium, run away from Eliza. Some people were running with me, but we didn't know where to go. I saw a policeman directing people into a basement restaurant. I think it was an old bomb shelter. I looked up at the sky again and saw an airliner. It was not military, I am certain. I think it was going to the airport. While I watched, it turned into glitter without a sound. It was just gone. A man near me began to curse. I fell down and hit my head on the streets.
(1963). A top-secret Cold War negotiation culminates with Americans and Soviets working together on a research facility named Kletka. Kletka, Russian for cage, produces the skeleton and core emergency systems of what will one day become Talos 1. 1964. After the attempted assassination of Kennedy and Khrushchev's departure, the U.S. pays for the rights to use Kletka as a testing facility. This period, known as Project Axiom, leads to many advancements in next-generation materials and bioscience fundamental to neural modification. 1980 to 1994. Geopolitical developments result in a temporary hold on Project Axiom. After the unfortunate Pobeg incident, in which 2 research scientists lose their lives, the Kletka facility is decommissioned and cleaned. 2025. The TranStar Board of Directors is established. TranStar purchases and privatizes the Kletka facility with a focus on safety and state-of-the-art upgrades. 2030. Talos 1 becomes fully operational, representing a monument of private space industry. The first neuromod is released, allowing for dramatic enhancement to the human mind and body.
So this is the facility we are on or something. Let's take one of those with me. Shit, what's the...
Vital sight.
Oh my god. Okay, that scared me. Hello? Okay. That works.
Scanning target, no alien material detected.
EMP charge. Highly effective against robots, turrets, and other electronically based animals.
Scanning target, no Typhon material detected.
Can I pick you up?
Good morning, Talos. Our resident counselor, Dr. Cole, would like to encourage anyone experiencing symptoms of disturbed sleep, chronic stress, or anxiety to schedule an appointment in the trauma center.
Eradicator Autoturret version 0.7.6 online. Scanning target, no alien material detected.
radiation? Okay, this looks promising. So many people working here. NSP booster shots. I can't pull those rockets up, they're not in the systems. They want me to swing by. Please come see me. Can you transfer charts and family records as well? Why? Who's the NSP being administered to? Infantry shows a case that the booster shots are missing. All security officers in trauma, you have multiple people with injuries as well as a possible fatality. One of them is Dr. Sylvain Bellamy. Do not take him to the trauma center, he must be taken to psychotronics. This is an extremely grave security and health issue. I repeat, do not admit. Take him to the psychotronics immediately. Oops.
Scanning target. No Typhon material detected.
Let me go over here first and save. Quick save.
Scanning target. No Typhon material detected.
Did he just roar at me?
It's critical. Error log submitted.
Oh, that's the tests. Studies show that there's a significant likelihood of behavioral conditions and psychiatric disorders emerging among the population of crew stations for longer than 3 months. Impacts of behavioral issues are minimized with appropriate tools for monitoring mood and predicting risk, while including as many Earth-like amenities and recreations as possible.
Tell me about the dream.
The dream.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yes. It's always in my lab, and I'm standing in front of the glass.
Are you alone?
Yes.
What do you see in the glass?
Nothing. At first. I don't want to turn it on, but I can't help it. I have to turn it on. When I do, it's like the heart of a black hole, an immense darkness. There's something swimming in the black. I catch glimpses, edges of the shape. I feel as though it wants to come through onto my side. I have to turn off the glass before it sees me, but I always wake before I can.
What does it look like? The shape in the glass?
Nothing.
Does it look like this image here? Dr. Calvino, does it look like this?
No, that's... No, I don't,
Are you sure?
Where did you get that drawing? Have you been spying on me? I don't want to talk to you anymore.
My concerns are increasing as symptoms have escalated from memory loss and occasional disorientation to delusions and paranoia. Increased agitation in the session has given me cause to take his issues up with Alex during our next briefing session. Sarah Elazar.
Sarai, come in.
It's Sarah, but you can call me Chief Elazar. Matt.
Matthias, please. Forgive me, but your name is Sarai in the file.
We've been over this. My mother Americanized it. Will we be spending the next 59 minutes like this? Because we could cut it short right now.
We've discussed your mother. I thought perhaps today we could speak more about the career choices that were born of that.
Serving in the military wasn't an excuse to get away from her nagging, Matt. I was just restless.
And you're better now? Not restless?
I'm fine.
Because your last tour of duty was the evacuation, and reports from there...
I saved as many as I could. For every soldier we lost, we were able to save 100 civilians.
Yes. Tragic. Still, to lose soldiers under your command...
The cost was worth it, both in lives and the unification of the region.
Taking on a losing battle like that, fighting,
Not enemy troops, but the equivalent of a natural disaster.
It wasn't natural, it was man-made. It prepared me for here, Dr. Cole. Because this station, it's the same thing, a disaster waiting to happen. We are well-trained and poorly equipped. The research is dangerous. Keeping secrets secret is dangerous. I'm sure you would agree.
Sarah's hostilities toward me continue unabated. This distance she creates makes it difficult for me to address her issues of anxiety and distrust. Some of her answers today did lend me a bit of insight I might be able to use in future sessions to hopefully get her to open up more. Danielle Shaw. Danielle exhibits relentless anger toward authority generally and the youth specifically. A few gentle questions sent her on a tirade that ended with her storming out of the office. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to skip these meetings for the rest of her tenure here on Talos 1.
These psych evals are a waste of time.
A waste of time? Like back on Earth?
That was different.
Was it? Anger, issues with authority. A year of counseling doesn't sound like a trivial matter.
Those files were supposed to be closed.
Are you angry?
I'm getting there.
Any new relationships?
No.
I thought you and Miss Foy, the sanitation engineer, were seen together.
She's a sanitation boss, and we're not in a relationship. Not anymore.
Ah. And this separation, did it involve anger? Issues with authority?
Screw this! I'm done. Report me to the U's, I don't care. They're putting the station at risk just like TranStar North and just like on Earthside. You assholes will bury it with your psych eval bullshit. And another thing.
The typical interrogation suspect portrayed by entertainment media is stubborn, clever, or even arrogant, entering into verbal sparring match with the interrogating officer. While this makes for good drama, it's a poor representation of actual cases. It is important to note that the majority of suspects want to talk. Let them. Provide them some prompts, but only to keep the words flowing. Do not attempt to direct them, but just keep them talking. My experience in case studies back this has been that most people will move toward the information you want to know if you just listen to them and reaffirm their assumptions when they need it. Let's see the emails. Oh, not the emails. Hey Matt, had another one of my people present a side note from you for fatigue. I just want to make sure it's legit. Are there a lot of people coming to you with stress-related complaints, or is it my imagination, Sylvain? Matthias, I don't know what to tell you. He walked into an experiment without a psychoscope and it went sideways. We couldn't contain it after that. They controlled him. My suspicion is that Typhon can force other beings to emphasize with them. Maybe further down the road we can find a way to reverse engineer this. Get them to empathize with us. Please keep Mr. Young in quarantine for the time being. You have my thanks. Anna, please keep staff away from the quarantine area. We have a potentially contagious subject in there who is suffering from memory loss. At this time only Dr. Cole and myself should have access. Please set the code to 4170. More often called white noise due to the telltale spots said to be like static in the victim's eyes. White noise isn't just a medical condition, it's more the wild, almost witch doctor-like claims of psychic ability. It's disenfranchisement. It says the victim can never have a Euromode, nor can their brain be mapped. It's the end of everything that is about a person who is transferred to the side, where we let them add a biologically caste system to the human race. Results: patient tested positive for non-small cell lung cancer. Patient did not list any ailments and their submission form prior to being taken to the skill recorder. Contact this patient immediately. If patient is still on Talos 1, have him report to the trauma center as soon as possible.
Requesting new operator. TranStar Pyramid 490 medical class.
Diagnosing. Looks like you've had a rough day. Try to relax. There. All better. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk. Diagnosing. No trauma or illnesses detected. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do for you, unless you're interested in medical trivia or a joke. Aristotle believed the heart was the center of human thought and intelligence. Pardon me.
Subject appears disorientated, paranoid, not sure how much of current behavior is due to the incident versus his recent neural removals. Recommend continued observation. The fuck? 7324. De Vries 7324.
Hello. Nice to see you. Hello. Good to see you again, Dr. Yu. Diagnosing. Bruising, abrasions, fatigue. Nothing sudden. I'll have you feeling better soon. Good as new. You can fill out a service questionnaire at the front desk.
Attitude adjustment required.
No keycards yet.
Getting around is going to be a problem. The main lift is broken. The system is telling me it's fine. It's just... the diagnostic code is changing every time I make a request. I'll let you know if I find a workaround.
Good morning, Talos. All personnel should report to their workstations for the day. If you expect to be absent for any reason, please inform your immediate supervisor.
Sorry, Donut. Suit damage. The space elevator. Early United States dominance of the first operational space elevator, the White Stork Tower, has allowed them to control almost all orbital activities and commerce. Now the rest of the world is playing catch-up. The World Union of Space Industries, WUSI, has calculated that using the Stork facility to aid in construction of a second space elevator would result in construction costs that are 1/4 of the original. Understandably, US officials have balked at the idea of helping competitors build a cheaper platform that could give them a competitive advantage. Stock representatives maintain that the sizable investment risk for the original platform justify the protection of this economic space. In the meantime, WUSI has aggressively moved to purchase ideal sites for future space elevators, essentially space-age squatting. Cigar. That's Earth. South America, North America. Solar panels. Probably an explosion happened there. Easier than I thought. Notes. Ilias, you left your character sheet on the printer. Don't forget we moved the game to the rec center and crew facilities, and it's an hour later than usual. Do us a favor and take a happy pill before showing up. See you there. Yuri. Turns out Yuri Kimura's like everyone else. I'll tell you over lunch. What's this? Is there anything I can do? Okay. Oxygen detected beyond this point. Allows you to bypass security systems protecting keypads, workstations, security stations. Higher levels you can hack into robotic systems such as towers and operators. Working aboard a space station like Talos is comparable to working on Earth. Employees tend to forget that they are in space and adapt very well. By constant, a trove of psychological and behavioral data has been compiled by a decade-long study of Pytheas employees. The Pytheas facility sits deep in the crater of the lunar pool, permanently shadowed and surrounded by kilometers of ice. Beneath Pytheas is a vast network of cramped tunnels where helium-3, hydrogen and platinum are mined. This is a dark, cold and often terrifying workplace cut off from the warm glow of Earth, which extracts a heavy and often fatal toll on the crew. The TranStar Corporation commissioned several high-profile artists to create works exclusively for Talos 1. The Orbital Research and Development Facility has brought us the Neuromod and many other technological wonders. Renowned Belgian sculptor Frederik Smaert sculpted the work Smoke Signals, which forms the centerpiece of the employee dining hall. I'm Belgian, yay! The installation artist, simply known as Jesse, constructed a chain of marbled glass panels which soar gracefully overhead in the Talos 1 lobby, and former street artist Patrick O designed a series of exclusive posters for TranStar's featuring impression of Orbit, Eclipse and other celestial themes in his signature geometric style. He also developed a Neuromod promotional image featuring the likeness of actor Daisy Prince. TranStar President Alex Yu commented, "Art inspires, fires our creativity, makes us look beyond our present circumstances to what might be possible." It's the same thing. Any unlabeled food will be thrown out Friday.
Robert? Alice! Thank God! No one else is...
Where are you?
Hiding! I'm in the conference room. I can't...
Jesus! You're still in the lab?
I can't get out! There's... Where the hell is security?
I don't know what's happening, but Robert, you have to get out of there. Come to the elevators. Someone said we're evacuating. Robert?
Shh. Hang on. Someone's coming.
Alrighty, I'm gonna quit for today though. Fate of Fortress. Survivor's account of evacuation day 2. I woke up, still in the street. An M35 truck was stopped near me and the driver was yelling at me to get in. There were several people in the back already, 4 or 5 soldiers and about a dozen civilians, including children. I got in the truck and someone gave me a bottle of water. I asked what was happening and the soldier just shrugged. I told him I had driven the M35 during my service. People in the truck were crying and I looked back. The pink smoke was now mixed with grey and swirled high into the sky. There was so much of it and it seemed to cover the entire city. We kept picking up people until the truck was full. Before we got to the highway we heard shooting. The soldiers climbed down and readied their weapons. The commander told me to drive the truck as far as possible to the west. Then they ran towards the shooting. Need security. Ooh, shooting. I know you probably have your hands full right now, but we need you and the security detail to detain Demetri Bowser. He witnessed the incident and he's pretty shaken. We're just not sure how stable he is at the moment. Make an assessment and hold him indefinitely if necessary. Use discretion. Ma'am, you know I went to the doctor about sleep and all that. I got pills but still been seeing things. After game night I was cleaning up and a chair moved by itself. I'm not crazy like you know who. I'm sending this cause just after the alert I heard something in the vent over security. I thought I saw something black up there. We need to check this out because I'm starting to think there's something on the station that we don't know about. Ilyushin. Please add Mikhaila Ilyushin to the watch list. While she's currently performing her duties, her condition makes for potential security risk and we may need leverage. Her access should be restricted to work and crew facilities. Please don't let her anywhere near the labs. Also flag any communications between her and Dr. Kalikos out of psychotronics. Medical is beginning to suspect she has white noise, so the fact she falsified her records may be enough. Normally I'd advocate neuromod removal, but her condition prevents this. Keep me apprised. Elias Black, Ilyushin, likes you. Missing keycard. Sarah, I need your help tracking down a missing keycard. This will be one of your highest priorities. It's labeled EP-101. Let me know as soon as you find anything. Dimitri is being held like you asked. He knew the door code, so I changed it to 1129. Judges 526. Her hand she put to the tent bag and her right hand to the worksman hammer, and with the hammer she smote Sisera. She smote through his head, she pierced and struck through his temples. Is that from the Bible? Miss Elazar, I don't know what I saw, but I was just trying to do my job. Now I worry I might not get the chance to talk to you, so I'm writing this. I don't recall the last time I was scared, but what happened in Sim? I can't get it out of my head. Whatever is happening, I want to help, not sit here in this room. I'm starting to feel like people on station haven't been shooting straight. Like what they actually do in psychotronics. No one I talk to goes in there, and Yuri Kimura has unnumbered neuromods in her office that I thought you should know about. Yuri's office is closed. The morgue is closed. How do I get into her office though? Wait a sec.
Warning, suit integrity damaged.
Oh my god. I'm gonna stop it here and I'll see. Ooh, this is a. Okay. I'll see where I get tomorrow.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it's kind of hard though. I have no idea where to go now. I'll try to find out tomorrow. See what happens. Wait, tomorrow's raid day, isn't it?
Good morning, Talos. Breakfast is served in the cafeteria until 9 a.m.
Let's just hope we have a little bit of time before then. So quick save.